Sometimes things may not be what it seems. Sometimes things may not be what it seems. Why we all tend to lie? What do we really see? God has a plan for the chosen one, and I hope it's me. Inside I know it's me. Living what I'm to see. RTV. Sometimes things may not be what it seems. Why we all tend to lie? What do we really see? God has a plan for the chosen one, and I hope it's me. Inside I know it's me. Living what I make it seem. RTV. Ain't no playing, I'm just saying. My focus is king, I can't blame. Respect go a long way, words can't hurt me, face too thirsty. Lately I felt the rain, dark days when many favors came off the drain. Not to my surprise, God came and told me to stay sane. On road at the end, blame, follow the path. While you sing, the spirits will hear you. Trust me, everything will be clear.
That's how we're going to kick things off on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. We respecting the vibes, I guess, is the best way to put it, giving our guests the honor, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. Everybody, welcome to Emano Talk. It's your boy, your host, Daniel Emano. I am here with the one, the only, I don't even know how to describe this man, but El Camino Black, respect the vibe and meditation tree, Sean Buck. How you doing, my guy?
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
I'm blessed, man.
It's an honor and a blessing to have you here, man.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you for shooting up.
Bro, I mean, the fact that you reached out to me is, and you know, you wanted to come on this show, that definitely meant a lot, given your resume, and we're going to get into that because, you know, I always heard tall tales is how I feel like it was. Whenever I heard the name Sean Buck, it felt like it was like tall tales, like these like cryptic stories, like where it's like only legend can tell it and only those who witnessed it. Yeah. It's crazy, but it's dope to have you here because you're here for not only, you know, for us to get to know who Sean Buck is, for those who don't know who Sean Buck is, but we're here also for Selection Sunday, and we make sure that artists, you know, who want a chance to be heard are heard, and they understand honest critique and get the advice they need to make sure they're the best they could be. So it's like 2 in 1. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Straight up.
Yeah, but for those who don't know who Sean Buck is, for those who don't know who El Camino Black is, tell the people, who are you? Where are you from? What's good with everything?
My name is Sean Buck, you know, El Camino Black, Vibe God, whatever you want to call me. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, born and raised in South Florida. You know, I love music, I love art, I love fashion, I love movies, I love everything. You know, I love working with different artists. I'm just like a cool person. You feel me? Like if you get around me, like everybody tell me I'm just chill, vibed out. That's usually the vibe that I'm on, you know. But yeah, I'm just a chill person.
It just really seems like you're just a guy that has a, you know, love for art, the love to create, yeah, ultimately, exactly. And that just because it's a genuine love and a genuine interest, that it's blossomed into something that, you know, a lot of people look at it as like, holy shit, like this guy, you know, has been everywhere at this point.
Yeah, man.
Because for those who don't know, you've been around since like what? Like I want to say, I mean, when I first heard about you, it was like probably around like 2012, 2013-ish, like in that area.
Oh yeah, during that time, that's when like a lot of people started like know about me. I started like really working on music, like on the music scene really heavy. Came down here in like 2007, and I started going to SA Institute.
Okay.
And that's when I really started like taking my engineering stuff real serious. And then that's when I met Jay Nix.
Shout out Jay Nix.
Yep. And him and Mark Mature. He manages Denzel Curry now.
Yep. That's shout out Mark too.
Yeah, shout out to all them boys. But we started like C9, and that's like when I really started to take the engineering and like production thing like real serious.
Yeah. And when did your love for like production and engineering kick in? Because obviously you had to have the passion before you went to school. So what was it that did it for you?
I was making music in West Palm, like with Ryder Red and like UT Soldiers and like all those guys. Like I would just get them beats and just to like rap on and stuff. And then I figured out like we used to go to studios and like work with different engineers, but I used to see what they would do, and I'm like, man, I could do that myself. So that's like when I started to like really invest in equipment, like buying a mic and a laptop and different programs to help myself record my friends and stuff. But before that, I was recording them on my beats, and then that's when I really wanted to take myself a little serious, like with my craft. I didn't want to go to college and whatnot, so I figured I can go to SA Institute, and it's in Miami. It's like right there.
Yeah, it's kind of in the heart of it too at that point in time.
Yeah.
And now let me ask you this. Was it that you felt like you were a producer that wasn't just strictly an instrumentalist producer? Like you also had these ideas for like melodies on like vocals and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I was composing the beat. I would make the beat, lay it out, compose it how I would want with the artist. Like if a verse or a bridge or a hook, I would construct the beat depending on how they laid their verses or their hooks or whatnot. Like I pretty much recorded everything, the frequencies, everything, completely constructed the way how I wanted it to envision it. Yeah. So I have pretty much full control of like the whole process.
It sounds like you dissected. Like it sounds like you put it together to at least like be like, what do you think of this? Got their vocals and then re-dissected it.
Pretty much.
Like as if you did surgery and then you were like, all right, now that like, you know, people have seen my success, let me reopen this, you know, patient and just try to see what I could do real quick.
It's never ending. Like,
mad scientist shit.
Yeah, that's what like everybody call me, show off beats.
Yeah, shout out show off. I don't know if he told you that him and I know each other from work, man. I've known him for a few years now.
Yeah, he told me. But yeah, and shout out to show off. Like we did a lot of work with each other. We got a project together and stuff. A lot of dope stuff.
That's what's up, man. So tell me, right? So you connect with Jay Nix, you meet Mark, right? And how did C9 truly like come about? Like what in your mind between the three of you kind of just like thought like, all right, we're gonna compile like this group together, and this is what our goal is.
We were really looking at like all like the old guys like in hip hop coming up, like Rockefeller and like other like entities like Def Jam and like people that really put on in hip hop. And we were figuring out, all right, Mark can delegate certain things, like, and Nix, he's a rapper, you know, and then I'm the producer, engineer guy. So like all those three things coming together, we can really make an impact. And Nix done a lot of things on the underground scene that I feel like a lot of people really don't know.
Yeah.
But like Mark connected himself with Denzel Curry and took what we were trying to do into a whole nother level, you know. But like we all are still connected doing like what we love and stuff, you know. It's just, you know, like with Mark and Denzel, like they took that shit to a whole nother level, you know.
Yeah, because obviously Denzel is at the top of his game right now.
Pretty much. And that's tight. And like pretty much what we envisioned, like it happened through that, you know. And that's like
how old was Denzel when he came into the C9 picture?
He was young, bro. I think he was still in high school.
Yeah, because I know when he was in Raider Clan, like he was more low key at that time because he was still in school and he was still this, you know, young guy compared to everybody else in the group.
Yeah, he was still coming up, like doing like little shows with Raider Clan and stuff. And then I know when he linked up with Mark, that's when like Mark started to really like hone in, like showing him like what he should do, like as far as the music and like how we gonna do it. Because I know Denzel is real talented, but like I know Mark played a real good play in like, you know, making Denzel who he is, you know.
Yeah, bringing him out as a real artist. Because
exactly.
I think a lot of people, you know, they come out of South Florida and you don't see a lot of artists come out of South Florida. It's usually like, you know, rap or football. Like it's kind of like that. And like, you know, just to rap is already in its own lane as it. For someone to be like a full blown like musical artist, like, you know, the way Denzel is now, I feel like he's a composer almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, even with Nix, like when I talk with Nix, like you could tell he's not thinking in the mind of just hip hop or rap. Like he's trying to think like in the mind of like, you know, just like how do I make timeless music overall.
I agree. We all made like timeless music you still play today. And like I feel like as long as we all put our creative ideas to the forefront, and it's not like, okay, one man's doing something or just cause you doing that. It's like once we all put our forces together, like we all like make something that's great. Like I look at all of us like superheroes, and like Captain Planet type shit.
Yeah.
Like when they all come together, and like it's like a bigger power. Like once everybody come together,
It's a super being at that
yeah,
point.
but everybody at the same time, they all got their own superpowers.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's jump into another track real quick, because we're talking about, you know, from back in the day real quick. So I wanted to play this track, you know, shout out real quick to Show Off. I'm gonna run it with Third Eye.
All right,
All right, so this is Third Eye by El Camino Black, aka Sean Buck. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
Open your eyes. We have one more. Open the real. Great. Don't stay with no bitch, nigga. Life win, best motion picture. Watch me teach you a couple things. Repeat the draft of a real nigga. Pretend imitates will never know the secret flavor. Hand to God, I'll forever and ever protect my rights. Thank you, Lord. Can't trick me, not evil, not deceive. Life many reasons, choose your path. Two sides, many ways. What you believe in, don't worry. I got mine. Vibe slow, red wine, visions of ancient times. Take my soul, mind strong, will never fold. Smooth, blacked out, smooth, blue, night ride, favorite move, God glow, getting so smooth, dude, talk live, open third eye. Black heart from the start, God chosen, getting fire, it will be no smooth. Blacked out, smooth, blue, night riding, favorite move, God glow, getting so smooth, dude, talk live, open third eye. Black heart from the start, God chosen, getting fire. Don't mistake me, no fake, nigga. My life being real, supposed to think bigger. Win or lose, play my cards, life online. Can't get no realer, live sacrifice and shine. Not worried about time. Angels watch over, clouds open. I climb in, stars align. Knowledge is key. Understand fully the real me and my surroundings. Bypass all the climb. Life with love is what I love. Another drug. Down south cold, straight from the mud. El Camino smooth, blacked out, smooth, blue, night riding, favorite move, God glow, getting so smooth.
That's Third Eye by El Camino Black. That was produced by Show Off Beats. Shout out that boy Show Off.
Yeah, shout out Show Off.
Yeah,
that's my brother.
That boy always be snapping on the beats. But just before we were playing that track, for those who are just tuning in, we're here with El Camino Black, aka Sean Buck of Respect the Vibes. We were talking about the formation of C9, and for those who don't know what C9 is, it's a group that a lot of people probably know as Denzel Curry's group to an extent, right? But it actually started with you, Jay, Nix, and Mark.
Yeah. What Denzel did is an extension.
Yeah, he just knew how to bring it to that next platform.
Yeah,
and I think what's dope about that is you're not even talking about it like on like no like, oh, but we made C9, like this is what C9 really was. You're just like, nah, like he saw what we wanted and he just knew how to do it. You know, it had to be done.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's dope. But let's talk about the next step then, right? So C9 got formed. What about your time at Hit Factory?
Oh man, like, all right. Like I pretty much started off as a GA, as a general assistant. Like you're pretty much getting food for the artists.
Yeah, like yo, run up to the gas station real quick. I need a couple of swishers or some shit like that.
Blunt, swishers, food, making fruit bowls, making sure the room is clean, clean up after everybody. Pretty much like the shit people that don't want to do.
The grunt work. Yeah. And I think a lot of people underestimate the idea. Like you gotta put in that kind of work. Like it's necessary. Like even for me. Like, I hope a lot of people who don't watch me now just think like, oh, he bought, the system and stuff like that. Like, no, I started off on like 2 bullshit ass mics. You know, like I still sweep room up, you know, the studio up. I get that taken care of. It's necessary.
Yeah, you gotta go through all that because people forget. Like they think, oh, I want to be here. I want to be doing this, but you gotta go through a whole journey to get to that point. And even when you get there, you gotta know how to go about doing certain things. Because if you don't take those steps to get to that point, when you get to that point, you're not gonna keep it. It's gonna just fade away.
Yeah, and you can't lose that, because I think my girlfriend actually said it to me best the other day, right? Because we were talking about like what she's trying to do for her future. She's going back to school, right? Which was a huge step for her, because like she felt afraid, of course, like going back to school. And she was like saying, she's like, you know, I'd rather climb the ladder in the direction of where I want to be rather than climbing a ladder in the direction of, you know, not even happy.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like her and I were talking about it because like she does like stage design. And I told her, I was like, well, you know, like that comes with you maybe accepting jobs that you might not want originally, but you putting forth that effort, you know, at the bottom of the ladder is what gets you those steps up to where you want to be at the top of the ladder.
Yeah, man. It's how it is. Like you have to go through certain things to know exactly what it's like to get to that point and actually appreciate it.
Yeah. What was something during that time where you were a GA that you look back on and you're like, you know what? Like, although maybe in that moment I didn't see it for what it was, I actually appreciate it now.
Just knowing what it's like to actually treat people. Cause like you can like be at a certain level and have all this either fame or money or whatnot, and like if you don't really know how to like treat a human being, then like what you have in your life, it's not gonna last long.
That's not real value.
Yeah.
Where does the real value lie in treating a human being properly?
Yeah. Cause when you at the bottom and like people and like you looking at people up there and they're looking at you down, like whoever you interact with, it really determines like how you treat people. Like, I feel like that's so important. Like besides money, whatever you got, I feel like that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's crazy because like I think even like from the time like just before I started this podcast, right? Like I still produce, but like I was a time producer like before I started this show, and I went through like a little bit of like a road bump, and it took me to like realize like, well, what am I doing wrong? And it was honestly like one thing that was a huge factor for me was the idea of like trying to empathize with somebody, like trying to put myself in somebody's shoes to try to understand like what they may or may not be going through.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking about like I was a busser, you know, I was a back of the house worker in a restaurant where I didn't think anybody gave a shit. And then like I started realizing I was like show those kinds of people like who give a shit about, you know, them being in that position. And you know, I remember my first time going to like a big studio when I went to Circle House Studio. You know, I saw the GA there, and I remember him hearing me say like, "Damn, I don't got nothing to roll up on." And he's like, "Well, I can run up to the gas station real quick." I was like, "Bro, you don't have to do that." Like, you know, like I was like, "You mean to drive you up there if anything? Like, what do you have to go for?" And he was like, "No, I'll go." Like he's like, "That's what I do." And like that kind of like signaled to me at that point. It's like, yo, you got to really appreciate these people because they're putting forth a hell of a lot of effort in a position a lot of people really wouldn't want to be in.
Straight up. Like even like working at the Hit Factory, being an engineer, you know, like people didn't really put that much value on the engineer. It's just like the dude, he's just doing the work for me. But actually the engineer really crafts the song and is the one that's really the engineer is really a producer.
Yeah.
You know?
They could transform a whole song.
Yeah.
So after GA, is that when you went to engineer?
Yeah, that's when I pretty much was doing what I was doing. Opened up for Cash Money, and that's when I started doing assistant work with Cash Money and Birdman.
Is this where the legendary Red Room kicks in?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much like around that time.
All right. Can you tell me some stories from the Red Room? I've heard quite a bit from a few different people. What are some stories or a story at least that sticks out in your mind?
Man, a lot of music came out of that spot. I did so much music with Nell.
Shout out Nell.
Yeah, shout out Nell. Like we did like three or four projects there. Like I used to work with Denzel. He used to come through the spot. I remember I seen Michael Sir Rocks used to come.
Oh, Sir Mikey Rocks.
Yeah, he came with Denzel. No, he came with Nell one time. And who else? Amber London came through the studio.
Okay.
Space Ghost Perp used to always to the studio. A lot of people.
How do you feel about Space Ghost Perp now? Do you feel like he was impactful back then?
Yeah, more than people even know.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people don't give him credit for the redevelopment of the culture today. Like a lot of people are like, oh no, ASAP Rocky is one of the forefronts on it. It's like, yeah, you know, as a face, like as an artist, but it's like, who was behind that?
Yeah, to be real, like ASAP Rocky seen what Perp was doing, and he kind of ran with that shit.
Yeah,
and like not really like giving him his props like that. That's how I feel. And like I feel like Perp really deserves a lot more credit, like as far as like his music and what he brought to like everything like during that time.
I mean, for those who haven't seen a live Space Ghost Perp performance, that's a great performance. Like he's a hell of a performer, dope producer. I mean, this man, you know, he's responsible for that sound to an extent. Like a lot of people owe him a lot of credit. I always hate to think of how he kind of like got blackballed a little bit out of the
That's
you know,
crazy.
industry.
Yeah, the industry is real wild. That's why you gotta like really move like how you want, like a real entrepreneur. You know, have your own like record label, like put your own artists together and stuff. Like have your own industry, because like the people are really determined like how the music is gonna be. So if you're making fire music and you have your own, then nobody can say anything to you.
Yeah,
And you don't really have to move like how anybody's telling you to move.
absolutely. So when you look back on your time at the Red Room, who do you think could have potentially been the most impactful artist in that room when you were working?
I feel like Nell.
No.
Yeah, Nell is real talented.
I always felt he was very underrated.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. He's real underrated.
Yeah, no, I mean he still holds a staple of a spot in, you know, Miami underground music forever.
Yeah, always. Like that whole like Rated Clan time, like everything, he really made an impact. And then when he started working with me, he really started to hone in on like his own artistry and like how he wanted to really make his own music. That's how I feel.
When you were in the Red Room, did you feel like there was a certain standard you held for the artists that you brought in there?
Like if you come in and like you just making a song, all right, cool, but we gotta make like songs that's really gonna be timeless.
Yeah, like it's not just songs, it's music around here.
Yeah.
Like we're making sure like there's layers to this shit.
Yeah, and if you gonna record, make sure you really love it. You know, like if you feel like you gotta do it again. You know, like if you're redoing a verse or a different part, don't put it out. Like wait a little bit, make sure it's perfect.
Do you enjoy the fact of being able to challenge an artist and them understanding that you're only trying to help them?
Oh yeah, I love it. That's what pushes me, because like I feel like during making music and art, it's always gonna be like a little block between like creators, because I feel like a creator creates, you know, and another creator creates, but it's always good when we both come together, but it's always gonna be like a block, because it's like, all right, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, you know. But when that understanding like is there, that's when the fire music comes.
All right. What's the ultimate lesson you take away from the Red Room for yourself?
The ultimate lesson: don't stop creating.
Don't stop creating.
Yeah, you can't stop. Like we're here for a reason, and we're the ones that really affects the dynamic of our environment and our planet, and like what we're trying to feel, what we're trying to see, everything. So like, don't stop creating.
I can dig that. Well, we're gonna jump on into another track and then we'll keep it going from there. But this next track I got here is your most recent track. Thankful. I'm really fucking with this one. This one's actually been on like that daily rotation for me. But yeah, y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Thankful by El Camino Black.
On that shit, know your craft. That's the love, patient with time. Keep the lab. Many things along the line with tension. Multiply your math. I think the God's connection. Third, I respect the fire. FLA ways, always been amazed. Pioneer ways. Hey, yeah, I'm thankful, God. Bless. Hey, yeah, I'm thankful, God. Bless. Bye. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Bless. Hey, yeah, I'm thankful, God. Bless. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Bless. Yeah, I'm thankful, God bless. Yeah, I'm thankful, God bless. Hey. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. I know what you spin it taste. Some receive the whole plate. Right after the cake, many steps to play. Never listen to what they say. Focus on trade. See what I'm saying? It's always gonna be hate. Rearrange the energy and say, yeah, I'm from God. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Yeah, we thankful, God. Hey. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Looking down this road, I wonder what's in store. Knowing now it's up to me, it's gonna be hard at times. Understanding patience and some trees. Block God, they not gonna join this silence. Just needed some balance. Treating my inner soul with kindness. Looking to the future, negative no around us. Frequency higher and brighter off this vibe I'm with. Palm Beach shit, better know we lit. Hey, yeah, I'm thankful, God. Yes. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Yes. Yeah, I'm thankful, God. Yes. Yeah, I'm thankful, God.
He said it right there in the track. He's thankful. That was Thankful by El Camino Black. For those just tuning in, this is Emano Talk. I'm here live with El Camino Black, aka Sean Buck of Respect the Vibes.
Yes,
And we're talking some crazy tales right now. This man's even telling me how he's like, damn, he's like, I didn't even realize like how much I got to talk about here.
Bruh, that's crazy.
That's why we're gonna leave him with a little bit of a cliffhanger so you could come back and like really like break it down in depth.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I was letting him in on some surprises for season 5, but y'all don't get to know about that just yet. However, let's keep the stories going real quick. So we were just talking about the Red Room. We were just talking about the creation of C9. What developed after the Red Room?
Pretty much me solidifying myself in the industry as an engineer. Like when I was working at the while the Red Room was going on, I was working at the Hit Factory still, and I was working with Birdman, like all Cash Money. I received like a lot of engineering credits on a lot of those albums. So during that time, I was doing that, and then just working on more music on myself and stuff.
What are some songs that you engineered in there that you were like, holy shit, like my name is on that track?
It's so many.
What's one that sticks out to your mind?
I remember I recorded a song with I recorded Meek Mill for a song of the Rich Gang album.
Okay,
that's one song I really remember because I was there with him recording it.
Okay,
I remember that. I can't even remember the name of the song, bro.
Yeah,
it's just so much stuff. I focus a lot really on like a lot of stuff that I'm creating.
Yeah,
like I really remember more of that than like what I did like during that time. You feel me?
Was Birdman as people try to put him out to be? Because I feel like a lot of people make him out to be a villain when, you know, sometimes business is just business.
Yeah, straight up. He's not what people think. You know, he's a real great guy. He has a family that he takes care of. He does a good job with everything. If you do him wrong, then that's a different story.
Yeah, he's not gonna take that lightly.
Yeah, but you always have to show respect, as he says, put some respect on my name. He really means it because he's done a lot for the culture, everything. You feel me? That people don't even know. Like I was there with him every day for years. So like I understand what type of guy he is. You feel me?
Did that ultimately instill a lesson upon you as you headed on to your next journey?
Oh yeah, it helped me understand like the path that I want is really possible.
Yeah, because he was just a normal guy.
Yeah, normal person, came from not having much, you know, and I can relate to that, and like really put himself out there to really obtain really what he wanted to achieve, and he did it. And that's really like inspiring, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because I feel like, you know, when business happens, you got to understand that business is happening. Like, you know, there's no personal feelings involved in business, or there shouldn't be, at least.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, because it is what it is. You know?
Yeah. So as you moved on to your next journey, what happened after that for you? Like, where did you go from there?
From there, I left the Hit Factory. I felt like I had to move on. You know, it's a lot of things that was going on in the universe that led me to that point.
How many years did you put in at the Hit Factory?
From 2009 to 2015.
Yeah, so 6 years.
Yeah,
It's a long time.
yeah, man. I learned a lot there, like how to really what it's really like to work in the music industry and actually know what it's like to work in a really like a serious studio, like industry standard studio.
Mhm.
You know, console SL consoles, new consoles, like big boy shit, big live rooms and shit, like miking up orchestras and bands, that type of stuff.
That's really fucking cool. Honestly, miking up orchestras. You know, miking up bands is standard. You know, it's something that you should expect in a nice studio like Hit Factory. But to mic up an orchestra, that's really dope.
Yeah, man. Like music is crazy. Like it's really like however way you want to do it. You know?
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, for you, you know, kind of reverting back to the idea of the GA, right? Like, you probably didn't think, all right, like, oh, well, you know, like my path is immediately going to take me to success. It seems like you understood the idea of like, all right, well, you know, I got to start here. I'm elevated here. It's still not what I really want to do. Was it that right after Hit Factory, you finally got to take control of what you wanted to do with your career?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, like I figured, you know, I want to do exactly what I was doing, but pretty much on my own terms. You know, so I pretty much figured out a way to like get my own studio in a spot where I can create myself. And I found a spot in like a garage. I was sharing it with like a tattoo artist or whatnot. But I started small, you know, and then I pretty much got my own spot into the Harvey building. It's like like they have a bunch of lawyer offices and shit. But
This is the office that you had just recently left?
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I really like started like booking sessions and really doing like what an engineer does like at a studio. And I felt like that helped me understand like what it's like to actually run, you know, studio and everything, just off my experience at the Hit Factory, but on a smaller scale, you know.
Okay. I like that, because then at that point, although, you know, it's gotten smaller, the dream grew bigger because you got to go into what you actually believe that one day you were capable of doing.
Yeah.
And it's not a step backwards at that point.
Nah.
Maybe it's just more of a diagonal step where you're still going forward, but maybe just a little bit off to the side, so this way you could redirect yourself back on path to where you wanted to be.
Exactly. A lot of people would not understand like the path that I took, you know, but I actually saw it as more I would obtain more of myself in the long run, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the smartest thing that I can do.
At that point, you felt the most accomplished you could possibly be.
Yeah, like
not the most that you could possibly be, but at that moment.
Yeah, at that moment, you know. And like I felt like there was other things that I wanted to achieve.
That's dope, man. I like that. I like that. And I'm glad you got to share this with everybody, as you know, we're about to start up on Selection Sunday. But just before we jump on into it, now we're fast forwarding, right? We talked about between 2009 to like 2015, 2016, 17, right? But now we're in 2021.
Yeah.
Right? Looking back on that time, you know, where is Sean Buck now, right? Not even just El Camino Black, like the man himself. Like, where is Sean Buck now? Like, what is Sean Buck's, you know, current mission as far as music goes?
Is build and respect the vibe. Okay. And
if you could explain that to us, what is respect the vibe? Because we see you wearing the hoodie. You hooked me up with the socks. I think a t-shirt as well. Yeah.
Yeah, respect the vibe is a lifestyle. You know, it could be music, it could be movies, it could be fashion, it could be everyday life. Like that's what I feel like respect the vibe is. Cause at the end of the day, like there's always the vibrations, and like we all hold vibes, but at the same time it has to be respected in a certain way. And I feel like what I bring, it has to be respected.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody has different vibes, but when you're together, it's all about unifying those vibes.
Yeah.
Right. Not that we all have to be on the same vibe, but let's unify our vibes to create this like one universal vibe.
Exactly. That's how I always felt, you know, because like it's even like art, you know, like you don't even like you look at it and you don't really know what it is, but at the same time, it has beauty to it, and like you can accept that beauty. Know?
And it's like almost your own interpretation based on the perception of how you view the painting.
Exactly.
You know, like the artist has their own goal. Of course, you probably understand what their goal might have been with the painting, but like the way you view it, I feel like if you've ever watched somebody actually get lost in staring at a painting, you kind of understand it, because you're just like, oh wow, they're like tranced out, like looking at this, and you know, like they're probably sober as shit even, like, which is the wildest part. Like I you know, I have a boy that paints, and like I went with him to a Basquiat exhibit, and like that was, you know, one of his idols. Shout out Luke. But yeah, I mean, you know, that was one of the dopest things, was to actually see him submerge himself, like not as an artist, but as a fan of the art.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's ultimately what you still are, is that you're a fan of the art, you're a fan of the music, right? And that's where the respect the vibes kind of situation is dope, because it's like how you said, you're like, people call me vibe god, stuff like that. It's like with your music, like I feel like it's a vibe, right? It's nothing more than that. Like it's just like, you know, you have the timeless art, like in the music, like you help engineer, and then it's like this music is timeless because it's truly who you are.
Yeah. Every song I make is really me. Like I haven't really dove into like coming up with different stories, and I've done that like when I write like certain things, like if I'm formulating like a short film or something, I can make up like stories and ideas. But my music is pretty much like everything on how I feel inside me. It's not really made up or anything. So when you hear it, like that's really me.
It's truly authentic.
Yeah,
I like that, bro. But I think it's about time we jump on into that Selection Sunday. Give these people a little bit of honest feedback, criticism, all that good stuff. I was like looking for my phone. I'm like, let's get started. I'm like so excited at this point, but don't want to keep them waiting much longer. I think they now at least understand who is Sean Buck, who is El Camino Black, what is Respect the Vibes. And now they can understand that when we play this music and we give you feedback, there's legitimate honesty from somebody who truly has their ear tuned to what they believe great music should be.
Straight up.
And I think that's a dope concept overall, because I remember for myself when I was producing, you know, I felt like I had a lot of people around me that were just like, oh, that shit's fire. And it's like, I didn't have enough people around me that would tell me like, I like this, but there could be maybe a little bit of work right here.
Yeah.
You know, I always respected the people that could step their foot forward and be honest with me in that sense. So that's why we do this. But we filled slots like 2 weeks ago, which was honestly great. We have a lot of dope artists from all over Florida, I believe. I don't know if there's anybody from out of Florida just yet, but I believe all the people we got this time was from Florida. We have 10 different artists to talk about here. So we'll start off with a familiar face. We have NOEX, aka Devin Lee, and he has this track here called Survive. So we're going to start off right here with Survive by NOEX on Emano Talk. So y'all tune on in. It's loading up.
Shout out all the artists.
Yeah, for real. Shout out all the artists, man. You gotta love it. I'm about to get it going right now. Don't want to load up apparently. There we go. Here it goes. So this is Survive by NOEX. Right here on Emano Talk. Y'all tune on in.
Just another day, nothing new, nothing changed. I'm just trying to find a way to get paid. It's hot outside, I need to find a source of water to survive. Why these devils trying to swallow me alive? Who's down to ride? I've been on my grind on 9 to 5, just surfing high. I've been trying to find some time to close my eyes. I don't want to die, I just want to fly up really high till the sky divides. The cycle keeps repeating in my mind, Yo, I've been fixing to get up out of this position. Flipping piff, getting lifted while hitting up new connections. Trust me, I came in this game to relay this message, but over time realized that this game just like any business. Scribble down lyrics, branded in my visions. But now I'm tripping, how long must I keep on sweating and sinning inside the cynic dimension where I have witnessed majority of people is driven by foul intentions. I just don't get it. The dots not connecting. The signs keep directing the new paths to finish out this prison with this pen. My script is written. This time I'ma get it, it's coming like any minute. I can feel it in the wind. You can see it in my grin, don't pretend. Niggas know I'm trying to come up on this yen. Then return to rest, my head on top of my desk. After smoking on success to really distress in my chest. Just another day, nothing new, nothing changed. I'm just trying to find a way to get paid. It's hot outside, I need to find a source of water to survive. Why these devils trying to swallow me alive? You down the ride, I've been on my grind on 9 to 5, just surfing high. Trying to find some time to close my eyes. I don't want to die, I just want to fly up really high until the sky divides. The cycle keeps repeating in my mind.
black rain showers. I swear to Yahweh and almighty powers that I've been having suicidal thoughts. See for the road covered in gold, holes and foes, camouflage, water mirage, and desert land. My plan, be the man in this wicked land. My ambitions as survivor, so diminish your fight. Desire sinful, pitiful, please God, what am I to do? The public I defy you, my son. The demon's tongue got the taste of your flesh. Wicked is granted, no rest, no sleep, no remedy. Contained in my brain, blade lust for thy veins. Till I maintain cocaine slain, my lane remains righteous. Serpents that cover the path, masculine's back, scribbled this whole crux. Fuck, another piece of my soul torn. Scorn attempts, reflect the phantom, grant him no answers. It's like a cycle.
Just another day, nothing new, nothing's changed. I'm just trying to find a way to get paid. It's hot outside. I need to find.
So I'll let you kick it off, Sean. How you feeling about that? That was Survive by NOEX. They didn't include the name of the other artist, so I'm sorry about that, but
it's fire. I love it.
Okay.
You gotta survive out here for real.
Yeah.
I like everything they were saying. You know, like you gotta watch out for the devils, everybody, straight up, because you can really get caught up in all that shit. You gotta survive.
Okay, so Sean's fucking with it. I like it. It's a fire track. I like the hook a lot. I like what there's in the hook. Both artists snap on their verses.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Beat production, everything.
Everything was on point. So shout out to NOEX and you know who was included in that as well. But let's move on over to the next artist real quick. All right. So this next artist right here is actually Delamore from Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay.
I believe this is someone from your camp.
Yeah. Shout out Delamore. That's my bro.
Yep. Shout out Delamore. All right. So let's see here. So he sent 2 tracks. The first one we got here is called DIE, Devil in Eyes. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Delamore, DIE, Devil in Eyes. There we go. Shout out Delamore. Loading up right now.
Delamore's a tight artist, bro. He also has a band After Midnight.
Yeah.
They're really tight.
Okay. Here we go. So this is Delamore, DIE, Devil in Eyes, right here on Emano Talk. Y'all tune on in.
Met her in the street lights, fly by late night. Shorty got me paranoid, something don't feel right. See the devil in her eyes and the scars from the street. See the devil in her eyes and the scars from the street. Shorty immature, I said she don't wanna grow up. Got it on my own, knowing she don't ever show up. Blowing up my phone, overdose my Motorola. Shorty is an addict, I swear she be sipping soda. I think that this shit just might be bad for me. Honestly, I think she needs some therapy. Grandma always told me God prepared me. And I think that this bitch might get the best of me. Like, oh. Hold up, but wait a minute, all my niggas who got it, we go and get it. If I told her to do it, she started tripping. Drop a 4 in the 50, she started tipping. Shorty really an agony, no really listen. Beat the box up, she calling me Sunny List. Shorty feeding my soul like ambrosia. Late night cat like Doja. You don't wanna know what I know, yeah. Devil horns all on her shoulder. Blackout supernova. Met her in the street lights, fly by late night. Shorty got me paranoid, something don't feel right. See the devil in her eyes and the scars from the street.
Okay, so that's one of his 2 tracks. He has another track on here, but talk to me. How you feeling about this first track? I know you got familiarity with him, but
that's fire. I hear his growth. Like that song is really tight. I can hear that like really getting a lot of ears.
Yeah, I like it too. It's kind of got that new upcoming, you know, punk rap vibe to it a little bit. But I like the way he kind of flips the switch from trying to keep that vibe to like, all right, now I gotta rap.
Yeah, completely. Because me hearing his live stuff compared to that is really dope.
Yeah, I think that's why I like Lil Uzi Vert's old stuff a little bit more. Because like he would like, you know, sing on the hook, but then like actually rap on the verse. Like now I feel like he kind of carries out the singing a little too much.
Yeah.
I think Delamore got a nice balance with that.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Whoever y'all check him out, he's really tight. Like he has a band also called After Midnight. Really dope music.
Okay. Well, we got one more track from him, so we'll play that second track right now. This one's called 911 by Delamore right here on Emano Talk. So y'all tune on in.
never. She thinks she Nicki Minaj. No way disrespect cause she testing your gangster. She out here twisting her fingers. Late night hanging out with all them gangsters. Late night hanging out with all them bangers. Shorty bad middle name should be Danger. Shorty bad middle name should be Danger. Devil red dress so hot in flames. Shorty bad, she don't hang around strangers. No, she won't pick up your call unless money is involved. Oh no.
All right, so that was 911. She's on Fire by Delamore from Palm Beach, Florida. You can find Delamore on social media on Instagram. That's at Delamore I am. So DELAMOREIAM. I'll say this about the second track. Not usually my vibe, right? It has a little bit more of that EDM-ish vibe to it. That's not really my thing, but I really actually like the frequency of this, like just the vibe it was giving off. I could tell that a lot of people would enjoy it. I think it's thorough. The vocals maybe could be a little bit engineered, like a little more smoothly, like into that type of beat. But I like where he was going with it. You know, it had a little bit of a different vibe, and then it kind of hit that once again, like that switch where he flips it and he just jumps right into the rapping. I could even say it as far as this, you know, if that really like got tuned up, right? Like that could be on the radio today potentially.
I definitely agree with everything.
Yeah. I like it though. I like that Delamore. So shout out Delamore, Palm Beach, Florida. Y'all make sure you go follow him. That's Delamore I am on Instagram. So make sure y'all go follow him. But this next artist we got here is actually, here we are. This one, his name is Smack. It's SMAC, but it's pronounced as Smack.
Okay.
He sent us 2 tracks. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You can find him on social media at its_Smack, SMAC, not with a K. All his music currently is available on SoundCloud, but he has some tracks that are coming out everywhere. So we're going to this first track here. It's called Without You. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Without You by Smack. It's loading up right here on SoundCloud for y'all. So y'all enjoy this right here.
Without you, without you, without you, without you, I'm wasting my time. Without you, I'm losing my mind. Without you, the sun doesn't shine. Without you. Without you, I'm losing control. Without you, I'm losing my soul. Without you, this world is so cold. Without you. It took time to see how I messed up, and now it's too late cause she's already swept up. He made her smile and I brought her tears. I don't wanna feel like we wasted those years. Lost in delusions, I felt so confused when I said it's all over. I got no excuses, acted away outside my heart. You fell for me then, now I'm falling apart without you. Without you.
Okay, so that was the first track by Smack of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's called Without You. Available now on SoundCloud, soon to be on all platforms. How you feeling about that one, Sean?
I like it. It's fire.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
I like it. I think, you know, that one's not, once again, kind of my cup of tea, like per se, but I think it's a full track. I like the sound on it. It definitely has a very good quality to it. Maybe not something I would truly like listen to on a daily basis, but I could tell that's also once again a track that, you know, there could be people that would enjoy it. I'll say it like this. I felt the track more than I would, you know, be appealed to the idea of just listening to it every day.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I probably wouldn't listen to it unless you played it.
Yeah, like if you were playing it, but if you were playing it, like I'd be content. Like, all right, you know, like give it a listen. Like I definitely enjoy it. I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10, like based on the quality of it and the idea of the potential of where it could go.
Yeah.
But he does have one more track here. This one's called You Say You. This one's also available on SoundCloud, but this is by Smack. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
You say, yeah, you say, yeah, you say you could use some space. You say you don't feel the same. You say you wish I could change. You say yeah, you say. You say you could use some space, and you say you don't feel the same. You say you wish I could change. You say it's all the same. So why don't you just come over and keep me company? You know that your presence is the only thing that can comfort me. You come over crying, asking why did you have to run from me? Do what was being do, she keeps asking what do you want from me? And honestly, I don't really know, but you always seem to be the perfect high when I'm feeling low, right now. Life's moving so slow. I can't see where I'm going, I just keep on going, 'cause I don't have anywhere else to go. So I'm on this road alone. It's hard to sleep when you're on my mind. I'm heartbroken, coping with substances. They pass the time, don't they? They like time heals all, but I don't believe them. I'm on a path of destruction, just give me.
All right, so that was You Say You by Smack of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Y'all could find that track on SoundCloud, and you could follow him on all social media at its_Smack, SMAC. I like that track a lot more than I did the first track.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think him and Dellamore would be a pretty dope collab, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I can see them doing something together.
Yeah, because I'll say with that second track, I really liked where he was going as far as like the vocals, and that he was trying to challenge himself to probably step out of his comfort zone. Yeah. I think maybe a little work on the vocals a little bit, like to make sure he's properly projecting it, because I feel like he knew how to make the sound, but maybe didn't know how to really like get the most out of it. Yeah, and I think that's something crucial that most artists geared toward hip hop, they don't really know too much about.
Yeah, I could tell he's really an experimental artist. And like I could look at him like as an artist because the way he like approach songs and stuff.
Yeah, I think the dopest thing that he has in his arsenal approaching his music is that he's willing to be himself 100% on the track, because you could tell he's putting his pain and experiences on the track. And that's always like something to really grasp onto with an artist, especially with a lot of people who don't know how to communicate those kinds of needs with others. Yeah. All right, so shout out Smack of South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We appreciate you sending in that music. But let's jump on into another artist from here. So this next artist I have right here, they sent this track. It is by Elvis Murray. It's called Fertile Ground. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Fertile Ground by Elvis Murray.
You're a McCoy.
Almost gonna go, see me. Almost gonna go. You know I don't play them games. Tryna knock me off my pivot, baby, ain't no way. Just a nigga spilling feelings over 808s. Got that off my chest, now I feel okay. Come on, heard that? That's just my throwaway. It's just certain feelings just don't go away. I just hit you up to see if you're okay. Told you to stay golden and enjoy your day. Come on, man. All the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top, take it all the way
to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top. To get the pleasure, gotta go through pain. Either you gon' pray or is you gon' complain? Heard about me from her sister, now she won't complain. Since I ran through her that summer, she ain't come again. Come on, that glove is all the tight, so she can't say she late. Just another shonen, just another stain. Been changing up my diet, tell me how I taste. She got them tiger stripes and I be soulmate. All the way to the tippy top, take it all the way to the tippy top.
I'll say this, Elvis Murray, you're getting bonus points just because you're using Pootie Tang language. Wada ta sada te my tippy tie. I don't even know what that shit still means, but I know that at one point at my old job, me and a friend of mine used to talk to each other that way, and just it was like a universal language, and I felt like that track kind of had that universal language to it. I was really fucking with it. I'm sad he didn't really give us much information on who he was. He just really sent the track, and then that was it. But shout out to you, Elvis Murray. This was a fire track. Definitely enjoyed it. That was Fertile Ground by Elvis Murray. It was produced by a producer named By Corey. What were you thinking of it?
I thought it was tight. I want to hear more stuff from him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all want to check him out, he did send his SoundCloud. It's under Elvis Murray, but Murray is spelled Murry. I'll send you the link after this for sure, so you can at least check him out. But for those who are tuning in, if you want to check out Elvis Murray, that's how you could find him. Don't know where he's from, but shout out to you, Elvis Murray. We were fucking with it. If you ever got more, send it through. We definitely want to check it out. But yeah, shout out to him. We got another artist here. We got THEICONETWORK now. THEICONETWORK, dope artist, submitted music to us before. He's from Oakland Park of Broward County, Florida. You can find all his music under all platforms. And yeah, he had sent me actually unreleased track right here that he just labeled as Zay2. So let's tune on in right here on Emano Talk. Y'all getting this first listen right here on this new THEICONETWORK of Oakland Park, Florida. Y'all could find him on social media. I believe it's just at THEICONETWORK, but we'll double check in just a second. Here we are. So this is that new unreleased THEICONETWORK.
You entitled to your thoughts, gotta earn my respect. Every time we hit the club, making a mess, throw money in the air, watch it land on the breast. No disrespect, go get your check. Paying for dates is like paying for sex. Feeding the daily, I'm in it like I got a membership. Trapped in the streets with my little free. I get to the bag every week, it's a key to any door, the way that I lead. Busting down doors, we ain't think you could see. My vision got altered, some people weak. Adjusting my pivot too swift on my feet. Postponing my date to my future release. Letting them feel is the best way to teach. Emano can never be beat. The opal, uncut gem, a sight to see. Let's fly away to an island and forget everything that I said. Smoke away all our problems. This is time to make us forget. Promise you won't roll this. And then let's fly away to an island and forget everything that I said.
Just read the signals. What we got into. Talking about children, how it could all be so simple. Saying, hoping he or she has my dimples. I told her, shit, if that's the case, I need my credentials. I'm a Southern Broward County pimp. We ain't gonna talk about the stories I tell you. Disregard each other's past, praying this shit gon' last. I can see cash, I might know notoriety. True loves it. If the cops come, shit, you gon' lie for me. And that's real. I've been in those type of situations, not cause I want you. Shit. I had to.
That was fun.
Hell yeah. And actually, let me correct myself while I'm at it. He actually did say that track is actually out now. It's called From Oakland Park with Love. And he even said, he's like, I actually put a little shout out to you in there. He like quoted it. He said there was a part in there that was like Emano, and he was like, so shout out to you, man. I appreciate that, THEICONETWORK. That's real love right there. I never thought I would be featured in a lyric, but it's actually pretty dope. But yeah, From Oakland Park, Broward County, Florida, at THEICONETWORK on all social media. What you thinking about that track right there?
I thought it was fire. Like,
I was gonna say, tell me what you feel of the vibes, vibe God. That felt like a vibe.
Yeah, that was a vibe for real. Like, even how he came on the hook, he was going with the melody. And
I love that. I love that he followed the saxophone there.
Yeah, that was tight, bro. I really want to hear some more stuff from him.
Okay, so shout out Zay Matic of Oakland Park, Broward County, Florida. We're fucking with the track, bro. We appreciate the love. We appreciate you sending this before it was released, even though it's now released. But it's all good because you thought of us when you said that originally. So that's really dope. We're fucking it. Y'all go check him out at Zay Matic on all social media platforms. That track is called From Oakland Park with Love. But let's keep this going. Actually had a female artist send in a submission. We had this artist right here. Her name is Jazzy Taboo. And the song actually has a lyric video out now, and it's called From Last Night. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Last Night by Jazzy Taboo.
Yeah. It ain't nobody. They cannot stop me. I poured a couple cups up last night. Can't help but sit and think before I take this early flight. If I was to die tomorrow, would the people want me to hurt blinking eye? Or will my soldiers cry? I guess the anger and the anguish. Some people don't fuck with me no more, I can't blame them. I was in a dark space, couldn't see where I was aiming. Wish I could get another chance, I done changed since. I'm not a prophet, come far from the church and Bibles, focus on the profit. Go hard with my goons, we mopping, always busy bopping. I'm broad, got a 40 on me, so you know I'm locked in. Won't pause for a minute now. Time flying, feeling like a lot, so close to winning now. Got people counting on me, just can't wait to fill it out. And I ain't perfect, but I got some good intentions. I'm doing it for more than just me. They think I'm just ignoring, but trust me, it's way more than you see. Trying to see my dogs get on eating, it's important to me. Heard some people on the way, but I ain't always heaven sent. The devil like to pay my rent, can't find a way to circumvent. I'm tired of the talking, don't wanna do nothing but get a brick and yop it. Just wanna see this shit already, I've been throwing up, I feel the pain, can't stop it. Just feel like I've been running out of options. This shit ain't easy, all the stress will turn a good one greasy. They wanna be like me, but man, believe me, this shit get deeper than the shit you see on TV. Poured a couple cups up last night, can't help but sit and think before I take this early flight. If I was to die.
All right, so that was Last Night by Jazzy Taboo. The lyric video is out now on YouTube, and let's see, and it's out now on all platforms as well. So y'all make sure that y'all go check out that track. It's actually pretty fire. I really did. I think she was just very authentic with what she may have gone through. It takes a big person in a track to say, I did people wrong. I don't blame them for how they feel, but I've changed. And, you know, hopefully down the line, we could look to reconvene some things.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed everything that they were expressing on that song because they really dug deep on the lyrics and everything.
Yeah, I was fucking with that heavily. So shout out Jazzy Taboo. I know she's usually between Ohio and Florida.
Okay.
So that's pretty dope. So y'all make sure you check her out. She's obviously got some really dope music, down to earth with how she presents it. I really like it a lot. So y'all make sure you go check out that track Last Night. It's available everywhere now, and you can follow her on social media at Jazzy Taboo. All right, so y'all make sure you do that. But this next artist we have here is called E Rose. He sent me a few tracks, but he told me if he were to play two, one of them would be this one. So this first track right here is by E Rose. It's called Have You Ever? And we're going to play it right here on Emano Talk. But I believe he's from around your way too.
Yeah,
right?
shout out E Rose.
Shout out E Rose. I know he's on a track with you as well.
Yeah, we got music together.
Okay.
We got a song out called Checklist.
Okay, shout out E Rose. But y'all can check him out right here on Emano Talk. This track right here is called Have You Ever?
Shorty, have you ever met a nigga so real? Type of nigga that's gon' tell you what it is. Hold up, now have you ever met a nigga so cold? In Florida weather, but his diamonds still on froze. Hold on, have you ever seen a nigga come down? Bobby Brown, oh nah. Now you ain't never met a nigga, keep it P. Then you ain't never met a nigga like me. Hell no, shorty, catch me iced up, catch me slipping, that's your blessing. Can't let it get stress me out. Keep it player, learn my lesson. I wrote over back to back, one after the other like 6 and 7. But I'm photo riding heavy. Water on me, need a levy. Tatted caprice on my leg. She ride me first day she met me. Put that pimpin' on her ass. She paid me first day she met me. I want Chevy, fuck a Bentley. Gucci wagon, give me G. I'm from FLA, fuck being friendly, cause these niggas free. I know that.
All right, I'm fucking with that one. That was Have You Ever by E Rose. That was the first track of 2 that he has there, but yo, I really like that because it has like that chopped and screwed vibe, but it's like a smoker beat, which is just that it meshes 2 perfect, you know, worlds that are somewhat on opposite ends and they bring them together. It's a yin and yang vibe.
Yeah, I like that. E Rose is a tight artist. Like he came to my studio and recorded a lot of stuff too.
Okay, he recorded that one with you?
Nah, he didn't record that one, but he recorded a couple tracks on his new project he put out.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was E Rose. He sent another track as well. This next track that he's gonna have me play is called Shelly. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Shelly by E Rose. I believe also of Palm Beach. We had discussed that he's from your area. So yeah, so of Palm Beach. So y'all make sure you check him out. But yeah, we got this next track loaded on up right here. It's called Shelly by E Rose. That last track you just heard was called Have You Ever. We're fucking with it. Let's see if he could go 2 for 2. And shout out again to all the artists sending music. It's true love when y'all feel, you know what? I gotta send him my music. We gotta play it live. But once again, this is Shelly by E Rose right here on Emano Talk.
Shorty, E Rose shorty. Niggas lost off in they bags. I'm back in my shell again. Flyest thing around the beach. I feel like a pelican. I just feel my well again. All this water on me, I can swim. I just smoke my bell again. I text my plug like, yeah, that's him. Bro might know a lot of things, but he ain't never pimped no bitch. In Brazil, they call me Capital. Can't give out my government. No Mickey D's, I'm loving it. I talk my shit, she pay the kid. I walk it like I thought it, bitch, rigged up and down in polo fits. You know I'm riding photos, trick all these diamonds on. I'm photogenic, bow your head, hold to this pimpin' down when I'm in your town. If you fucking with this shorty, show love when I'm not around. Bet my car smell like a pound and my tail light out, dog, how that sound? Fuck that shit, still riding round. My face gator, what is clout? Told her I'm a Gemini, I bet she thinks she know me now. Can't let niggas hold me back, I pray my niggas hold it down. Tell me why you play a hate, there's enough money to go around. Tell me why your jewelry fake when you can save and lay away. Ask me why I look so fried, cause I done smoked 10 blunts a day. Fuck the fame, dog, I be straight. Shawty, he just won't get paid. I won't tweet to none, these niggas rather say it to they face. Play your role, you'll find your space. Don't stay down till you come up, man. Really know who got your strengths, could possibly align some things. Told me that she won't get paid, I told her, baby, I'm a pimp. In Brazil, they call me Capital.
Fucking with that one.
I think that's the one you recorded with me too.
Okay. The thing I like about what he's just sent us between those 2 beats, it felt like if you took the beats from Currency's and Harry Fraud's cigarette boats, and you put like UGK over them, or like you put like 3-6 Mafia over them, like that, that just like southern like hip hop, like even a little like you know, like just like I don't know, just that southern hip hop, just overall, like it just feels like it has like those style beats, but like pure southern hip hop as the flow and the lyricism. I really fuck with that. It was just once again a vibe.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing that. Y'all check him out. He's retired.
E Rose, shout out E Rose of Palm Beach. Y'all go make sure you check him out. I'm sure that's available on all platforms. You know, we're gonna post later as well. You know, make sure we send out the ats of the artists so y'all could go check them out if you were fucking with them. That's the purposes. We're just trying to give everybody a new platform to extend their fan base a little more. There's so many great artists and so much dope music out there that people don't get to see. I feel like that's why bringing Sean Buck around was a great guest to have, because he gets to see that firsthand as an engineer. But even more so as an artist, you get to also collaborate with these artists. And E Rose is an artist you've collaborated with. So y'all go check out that E Rose, Sean Buck, El Camino Black collaboration. But this next artist we have here, his name is Money Dinero. Hey, let's see here.
Shout out Money.
Yep.
He came and recorded a lot of stuff with me too.
Okay, shout out Money. You can find him on social media at MUNNEY Dinero 910 on all social media handles. He's from Broward County, Florida, but by way of North Carolina, so you might get a little bit of that country vibe, a little bit more up north. But yeah, you can pronounce his name as Money Dinero. He has 2 tracks here. The first one we're going to play is called HC. It's HC, which stands for Hunter's Circle. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Money Dinero, HC, Hunter's Circle, of Broward County, Florida, by way of North Carolina. That's dope. That's dope. Here we are, so loading on up. Here we go. So y'all tune on in. This is HC by Money Dinero.
Yeah. Yeah. As Granny lit a cigarette, took a drag and let it hash. We enjoy a light breeze on the porch until it lasts. Demo gave me wisdom. No excuses on our condition, just some gratitude. Thankful for another day to witness the street light shining bright on the corner into my bedroom. Uncle Jeff off the wagon, pray he be back soon. That's what we all hope. Barely spoke about it, but it got me tossing in the bunk about it. Mama told me stay in school, but we had to know some street sense. Never back down from nobody but play defense. I kept in mind, so I told the line. Reflecting back on old times was the greatest time. It filled these lines of mine for every single bar I rhyme. You may have heard of all these rappers, but I'm a different kind. I probably drop a gem, but never drop a dime. In dedication to the child who chose a life of crime on Hunter's Circle. Yeah, hey, I was raised by the street life. I was brought up by the street life. Yeah, hey, I'm from Hunter's Circle. Yeah, nigga. Rockingham Road, County, yeah, Richmond County, hey, your love and strength is the fuel.
All right, so that was HC, Hunter's Circle by Money Dinero, who is of Broward County, but by way of North Carolina. I was really liking that track. That was a little more genuine to the hip hop sound. And I just think he really got to showcase a little bit of his lyricism as well as where he's from. He said it in the track, I'm from Hunter's Circle. It sounds like that's probably up north in North Carolina. So that's pretty dope that he's, tying those two worlds together. But I definitely like that track. He sent us another one though. But what you thinking of that track?
Dope. Money's a really talented artist. Like he knows exactly what he want to do. He expresses himself exactly how he want. And he just keeps creating. He's a creator,
Okay. I like that. It sounds like he's receptive to good feedback because it just sounds like he's elevating himself.
Definitely.
All right. Well, this next track here is called Double Dosage as well by Money Dinero right here on Emano Talk.
You. All right. Smoke some, roll some. Rolled up a joint. I surely hope that it's potent. She say she down for the night. Let's get them plans up in motion. Say what you got in that cup. Had to mix up a little potion. I keep that doctor prescribed. I think you need double dosage. You think you need double dosage. Look, bitch, you be barely smoking. I'm trying to get to this paper. You niggas think that I'm joking. My highway to heaven. Pulled over, smelling the roses. I'm dope, no soap in my makeup. Plotting, getting my cake up. Brought up a joint. I surely hope that it's potent. She say she down for the night. Let's get them plans up in motion. Say what you got in that cup. Had to mix up a little potion. I keep that doctor prescribed. I think you need double dosage. Look, every time the bass drop,
I hit the L. Check me at that cash, graduation never fail. When it come to stacking mail, it's like a holy grail. You said you getting money, but it's hard for us to tell. Starting line at the race, moving slow as a snail.
That was Double Dosage by Money Dinero, hitting us with a double dosage of 2 bangers. I like that track because it's somewhat of the opposite of the first, because the first track was just genuine hip hop. That track was just like, I got my shit to talk, I got a single to release, and that met all those standards.
Yeah, you bring best of both worlds.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think Money got a project coming out too this month. Too.
Okay, so he's got a project coming out as well. I mean, you guys could find him on social media, just so everybody remembers. That's Money, MUNNEY, Dinero, DINERO 910 of Broward County by way of North Carolina, of Hunter's Circle, as we just found out. Shout out to you, Money. Dope music. We're fucking with it. Buck already knows what you're all about. Yeah, let's keep this on going right here. So this next track right here, here we are. So this next track right here I got is by Benny. Let me double check. I think he actually gave me his full artist name. I just don't want to butcher that real quick. Here we are. So yeah, it is Benny. It's just Benny, actually. Okay, so I'm glad I did not mess that up. There we go. Benny. Shout out Benny. Y'all can find him on social media. That's at Benny Loiter. That's BENNYLOITER. But yeah, let's get this going. He sent us 3 tracks, but we're gonna play 2. I try to be fair, try to keep it at 2 per artist. So this way, you know, if we're fucking with it, we'll play the second one, which so far we haven't had any, you know, any quarries with anybody's music. But yeah, y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. We got this track right here. This first one's called Outrun by Benny.
I wanna get faded, so I grab a cola coca. She tryna get freaky, so I told her to come over. When I wanna chill, I go see X and Boca. A sweater and some cargos, that's the best drip. Ayy, pull up to the movies with a Twinkie on my left pig. Got a reputation, so I guess I quit. Just keep going without stopping, like my pocket told him double drip. Now she wanna do the shopping, growing up, I never hit no lick. Mr. Crab is filthy rich. Clean up on him, mopping up myself back in the ditch. Need to stop before I glitch. Ayy, pull up on the scene, no struggle. Blow a kiss at me, no bumble. Blowing so smooth, make you mumble. Life is like a dirt road, so don't tumble. The dirt bike, bitch, that's a no-no. Don't puff, don't blow in that a minute ago. I said don't puff, don't blow in that a minute ago. Get stiff, get tight before the cop come. Oh, yeah. I'm spinning, the windows are tinted. Holding a Q in my pocket, ayy. He said you'll throw it, but fuck out your pocket. Don't wanna do shit, he just wanna talk it. I'm moving so fast that I feel like a rocket. I'm feeling so lucid and stupid, don't loop it, don't loop it. Cause now is the time to be dipping. Like shorts on a sponge, they be ripping. Pop in your head cause the flow I be killing. Just listen cause I'll catch you slipping.
I like that.
That was fire. You snap.
I like that because it's like the beat has that old school vibe to it, obviously, but it hits like a trap beat would.
Yeah.
And then his flow is just stupid. It's all over the place, but in a great way. Like not even all over the place where I'm like, well, I can't even get a thought together. Like it's like, you know, it's like unpredictable.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like it. It's like a method of madness where he just has his own way of jumping on a track.
Yeah. However way they created that song, I think they should keep doing that. I was tight production, everything. So how he came on it.
Facts. I really like it. Here we are. So let's see. We got a second track here. Oh, he like sent it in like some cryptic message. Let's see what we could get. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. I got it going now. All right. So this next track right here is also by Benny. It's called Concrete Jungles. It's just loading up for y'all real quick. But no, I was really fucking with that first track. I like his flow.
Yeah, he killed that.
Yeah. What would you try to compare his flow to? I kind of feel like it has like a almost like a Flatbush Zombie-ish vibes, like Eric the Architect to it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's his tone of voice or the flow though.
Probably the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it though. And then it's just like this smooth beat. Like I love that it had like, you know, just like the good old like percussion back. but the 808s were just like smacking, like it was just like sliding along the whole way. I was definitely digging that right there. But yeah, this next track is loading up. We may have to come back to this one if I'm being honest. So let's jump on over to another artist real quick. We actually have here we go, Mark Edmond. Mark Edmond is of Sunrise, Florida. He sent me 2 tracks, and the first one's called Afloat. You can find him on social media at Mark, M-A-R-K, Edmond, EDMOND 954. That'll be the next artist. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we got progress on the other one. No, yeah, we're going to need a little time. So we'll play this one track right here by Mark Edmond, and then we'll just swing on back over to Benny. But here we go. This one's available on Spotify. It's called Afloat. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Afloat by Mark Edmond.
I don't know when I'm gonna go, but I gotta stay afloat. Growing up didn't have much. Cornflakes, no Captain Crunch. See, I had free lunch. When a minute that was out the bunch. Made it feel like the norm. Didn't know going through a storm. Shit, on the day I was born. Outside it was probably porn. Grew up rockin' faded glory. No cable nigga watching Barney. Put a big comfy couch. On a big comfy couch. Can't help but reminisce. Sometimes I miss being 5 and 6. Right before my parents split. And I became mad friends. Up against all odds. Made plans that wasn't God's. But I kept the faith. Please, Lord, keep me safe. So I can receive these blessings. Go down and telling my confessions. Letting go of things I can't control. Maybe then I'll be happy as I was before. I don't know when I'm gonna go, but I gotta stay afloat.
All right, so that was the first track by Mark Edmond, Afloat. I like it. I think it's solid. You know, I don't, if I'm being honest, I don't think it stuck out as much as the last track with the flow. I felt the flow was extremely unique in that last track. Kind of difficult to follow it up. But this is still, you know, a solid track. I think a lot of people would still learn to appreciate it. It's an honest track. It's a down-to-earth track. You're putting who you are as an artist on the track. What'd you take from it?
I thought it was dope. Like the lyrics, you gotta stay afloat for real. Straight up.
Yeah, always got to be flowing. But he did send us another track. This next track right here is called Came From Mark Edmond. So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
Mark Edmond, if you didn't know. Looking back, it was all God. I remember those days holding my iPod. Listening to Tupac or Machiavelli. Needed a friend, but nobody picking up the set. And those around was on some negative shit. On fame, so it hurt a little bit. I still love them though. Learning not to take it personal. Forgive them for those games that I had and nobody showed. Niggas left, bitches came and went. At the time, couldn't offer them a sin. True, I was insecure. She probably left me for that nigga with the 40 flow. While niggas walked to the store, fell stuck. Shit out of love, that I hate. Broken and cables cut. Had days with no water or the lights was off. Didn't even have a snack for me to scoff.
This is where we came from. We seen it flow. Getting up all the dead way, calling a breakthrough. This is where we came from. We seen it flow. I'm on my feet, so you know what we say. Pick up my feet, I'ma take a sky.
That was Came From by Mark Edmond, and that was Eddie on the hook. Yeah, I was fucking with that. I like it. Dope is I think he produces his own beats, because at the beginning of each of these tracks you heard it say Mark Edmond, if you didn't know.
Yeah, his production is crazy.
Yeah, for real. His production's definitely crazy. It's up there. The quality and the sound is definitely up there. I was definitely enjoying it. Shout out Mark Edmond of Sunrise, Florida. Y'all go make sure you follow him on all social media. That's at Mark Edmond 954, MarkEdmond 954. And you could hear those 2 tracks on Spotify on his album that's out now. So y'all make sure you go check him out. But let's go and check back on that last Benny track, because I got to hear that. I got to hear that. What's going on here?
Get it.
I know, right? Like, let's get it. Like, what's going on? Here we go. It's at the very wit's end. But you know, in the meantime, let's talk about this. How has it been for you to look on to like J Nix and like see where they're at now? And
it's like we all like, I feel like we all brothers, you know, like we all go through stuff together, you know, and it's amazing to see where everybody is, and it helps you just appreciate life more, you know.
yeah. Do you feel like it's like one of those things like where you have these old friends that no matter how long it is or how far apart you all are, that when you connect back together, it's just it's like the same.
It's always gonna be like that. That's how I look at life, you know. Like if I haven't seen you in years, I'm gonna still treat you the same way last time I seen you.
Exactly. It's always love. I think a lot of people underestimate that idea. Like I think, you know, we've convinced each other that it's like you need to be in contact with someone every day if you care about them. And sometimes we forget that, you know, we're all human. We all got shit we got to take care of. We can't live other people's agendas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially me. I'm so focused on doing like stuff that I want to do, you know, like that I want to create. Like in a bubble, I'm kind of like always, I got to reach out and think to do this and do that, you know. You got to put it on your list of things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thankfully, we got this Benny track loaded up now.
All right, fine.
So y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. This is Concrete Jungles by Benny.
Book smart, think far like I'm in a maze. Peace of mind, do you mind staying out the way? Like if I wanna rap, I'll bend my life away. In a glow, taking a go, I'm on my Milky Way. The streets average, savage, double dose, how they geeking off the Xanax. Persevere, the mind is clear. So why I'm coming off as violent, silent, falling rubble, turning concrete into diamonds. No need a superstar, Florida and snore very common. Getting autographs from down the street like it's so common. Like it's so common. Many greats that are passing on the juice. Don't sip tea, don't eat me, alkaline the way you move. I'm alive and so are you. It's to yourself you gotta prove. Depicted so twisted like Twister, it's so unexpected. The proof has been tested as offsprings. I do not know how monkey see monkey do turn the world upside down. Depicted so twisted like Twister, it's so unexpected. The proof has been tested as offsprings. I do not know how monkey see monkey do turn the world upside down. And I said I didn't want to go back. Left my losses, my skin going numb. I got nowhere to run, and my soul rising up like molasses. Like, babe, you should take off your glasses, cause I don't got it now. Cutting ties, I don't frown. Take it in, let it out. Pin my feet to the ground, and I know that we trust them so well. Under 3,000, that's how long they've all been in hell. Trust in the system, you need to be trusting yourself. Divide all the cash, make me the power and dash. Black is the absence of color, so why are you calling us black? Adapt in a race, so I caught a case. I'm asking around like who made me this way. Begging your pardon, he said in my face. Why you rapping like that? The close you rapping going harder than that. Why don't you talk about the bitches you have? And if a Chico ever try me, would you do him like that? Like how much bodies you have, but don't you try me like that? So
I definitely got to say I like the first track probably a little more.
Yeah.
But I like this track too. It's still fire. He still snaps with the flow. I do like the beat. I just leave myself asking like, where's the hook? Because that's a track where I feel like you do need a little bit of a hook to kind of like really grasp the listener. Like that's one of those things, yeah, like balance it out, because I feel like in certain tracks you need the hook to kind of refresh the listener to be like, all right, hold on, let me catch myself back up. Because when you're snapping like that and you're flowing like that and you're putting out as many words as you are like that, give me a second to refresh my mind, because it's like, hold on, I'm still trying to catch up a little bit. And if you keep going, like I can't play catch up to an extent. So yeah, give them that moment to reset.
Mm-hmm. That's tight though. Shout out to Benny, making dope stuff.
Honestly, dope lyricism, dope flows. You know, maybe just look a little bit to balance it. It's kind of like, you know, if you're a baseball player, you don't only want to just hit the ball. You want to be able to hit the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball. You know, there's so much more to it. You want to make sure that you make yourself a 5-tool player, making sure that you could put out as good as a hook as you can flow on a verse. I think that's definitely crucial.
Yeah, I agree. That's how I feel about music. Like I have so many hats. You know, I want to like be able to do all of them well. That's how I always felt.
Yeah, you got to do that. I think even if it's like, I'd rather be great in different categories than be the best in just one category. If I'm being completely honest, I'd rather be known for the idea of being multifaceted than just like, yeah, you were good at that one thing, but like, you know, I can't do anything about those other categories. Yeah. So That was a dope track right there. Shout out Benny for sending that on through. And we're actually down to the last artist here. And this artist here is actually been someone who's followed the show for a little while. You know, actually reaches out to check in and try to get honest feedback here and there. And this is actually their first submission of season 4. They submitted in season 3, but I'm kind of glad they submitted in season 4 because they've made a lot of personal growth, and it's dope to see. But this artist right here is Suave the Wizard. So he's from Broward County, Florida. I think he's also from like the Oakland Park area, like around there. But yeah, this first track that he has me playing here is called Tupac Back. So this is Suave the Wizard, Tupac Back, right here on Emano Talk. He's from Broward County, Florida. He actually also has a podcast called Medicated Educators. Real dope concept. They also do music reviews. But yeah, y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk. We're about to load this track up. Tupac Back by Suave the Wizard.
Turn me up a little bit more.
Man, so this beat going crazy.
I hit the road, stick to the code. I shop and bet I'm going for gold. Chillin' with slime, I'm chillin' with slack. Fuck on that bitch and I'm breaking her back. I'm in the hood, Tupac back. And I got 2 Glocks in the bag. Catch a nigga slipping, bitch, that's his ass. And I'm on the block, serving street glass. Try like a 9 to 5, I be working. Bossed up, bitch, you can get the Birkin. Bitch on the way like a nigga surfing. Spin on your block and I'm burning the circuit. I got the fire on me like a circus. Bad bitch, and she twerking. Motel chicks, bitch, close the curtain. Niggas ain't shit, bitches ain't perfect. Whipping the trap, they calling me Merlin. I put a shell on you like a turtle. I got the drip, nigga, like Squirtle. Smoking on O's, nigga, like a circle. He won't smoke, nigga, that's eternal. I got the white like I'm Marilyn Manson. We getting money, we taking them chances. We getting money, we up in the mansion. Smoking on gas, I won't get no cancer. Fuck on that bitch is a dancer. Suave the Wiz, I got the answers. I hit the road, stick to the code. I shop and bet I'm going for gold. Chillin' with slime, I'm chillin' with slack. Fuck on that bitch and I'm breaking her back. I'm in the hood, Tupac back. 33 shot got me feeling like
that was a short track, but I'm fucking with that. That was Tupac Back by Suave the Wizard. I'll let you kick it off. What you thinking about that?
It's fire, bro. Got bars.
Yeah, for real.
I love his lyrics, everything he was saying, how he came on in the beat, everything.
And I feel like it was a natural flow. It felt like he just like naturally was like, all right, here we go. Hit record.
Exactly.
I could fuck with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm just ready to jump into the second one already. That wasn't good. It just got my energy up. You know, the adrenaline pumping now.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. So this next track is also by Suave the Wizard. This track right here is called Profit. Tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
Yeah, gang shit, bang shit, gangland, gang shit.
Yeah, your Profit was popping.
I got profit in the street, I got profit on the beat. Serve a junkie what he need. Nah, bitch, this ain't free. I was smoking sour deep. I got Austin Power lean. With your bitch, I make a cream. You can get the bag or you can shoot the breeze. I just hit the road, I just hit for 13. Money on my mind, I'm a motherfucking fiend. If it ain't about paper, we ain't talking about a thing. Cash rule everything, nigga, get the wedding ring. Married to the game, bitch, I think I got the recipe. Hook it up, no masterpiece. Whipping up a masterpiece in the kitchen casually. Told little bro to pass the piece. I pray to God, I'm a motherfucking masterpiece. Jesus died, but after me, I be smoking, grab a leaf, roll the blunt and pack weed. What you mean I got a chief? Niggas don't want no smoke. Niggas really big hoes. He big capping, but I'm weird, so I been snapping. I told that boy to stop stripping, bitch, stop taking acid. Bitch, I been ballin', bitch, I'm not below average. Whipping up in the kitchen, bitch, I'm doing magic. Chopper on me, my shit turned 16. My shooter up the road, rockin' dick and no Supreme. I love to sit the red, I done had enough of green. I'm used to robbing niggas, fuck it, that by any means. Swap, I got profit in the street, I got profit on the beat. Serve a junkie what he need. Nah, business ain't free. I was smoking sour deep.
I feel like that's the kind of artist you could build. You know, I think he still probably has some progress to make, but I like where we're at.
Yeah, I agree. He's real tight. From what I heard, those 2 songs, he has a lot of potential.
I feel like if he really got to work with someone like you, like he could really like start to like build a real structure to the foundation. Like the foundation's there, you just got to solidify it. You know, it's like wet cement right now. You could tell.
G shit, I would definitely love the
Yeah, shout out Suave the Wizard of South Florida, Broward County. That's all the artists. I feel like it almost went by so fast, but we spent over an hour listening to the music already.
Crazy. That was fire.
It was dope.
I really enjoyed everybody's music.
Yeah, this is why we're here, though, is the beauty of the music, man. And I feel like you and me, we see that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like although people know you for one thing, I feel like what people haven't realized about you, which I got to actually find out about you along the way of, like, you know, getting you to come here, is that you're just a dude that just genuinely loves art, creation, music, all that good stuff. And you just want to display that passion.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. That's why I never really talk about, like, all that other stuff that I've done or whatnot. I mean, but like people call me legend and all this, you know. But it's so tight. But I have so much more to go, bro.
Yeah,
like, I have so much more to achieve and help people out and see what I can contribute myself to the world, you know.
Yeah, you know, I think the reason people say legend though is because when you look back on like the roots of underground in South Florida, a lot of those roots end up running back toward like you in that red room, apparently.
Yeah, and that's amazing, bro.
Like, I mean, think about it. You said you helped initiate the idea of C9 and that Denzel, you know, took it to another level. You worked with people like Birdman. You know, you worked with people like Jay Nix before anybody even knew who Jay Nix was.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so much history in what you know and what you've done, and it shows because when you go back and you listen to like people like Nell and stuff like that, like there's just laces of Sean Buck in there. And South Florida, I think I could speak on behalf of South Florida to an extent, but there's a huge thank you to be said to what you were able to accomplish down here in South Florida. And what's dope is you just said to yourself, there's so much more to be accomplished.
Yeah, man, it's amazing that like it's like my mind is somewhere else. I'm on like a whole nother level of thinking, you know. And like the stuff that I've done, I felt like it was just me just contributing myself to everyone just because I really appreciate everything that was going on.
Well, we appreciate having you here, bro.
Yeah,
it's been an honor, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. We definitely got to link up again. You know, I kind of already gave you a little insight on some stuff, so we're definitely there's going to be a round two. This was only the tip of the iceberg. Sean Buck got a lot of knowledge to drop on you young artists and artists that just, you know, need that kind of advice. He's been there, done that, and he don't even say it in a cocky way. I think what's dope about this man right here is he's just a man, and he realizes that he's a humble dude, and he just wants to make some dope music and just provide those vibes. The vibe god himself, man.
Let's get it. There's so much more stuff to do.
There's so much more to do, and we're gonna get that done. But let the people know where they can find you at, because I know you got all kinds of social handles. So I'll let you let them know.
All right, y'all can catch me on IG, Respect the Vibe, El Camino Black, Vibe and Meditations Tree, Twitter, Respect the Vibe, El Camino Black. You know, follow us on YouTube, everywhere. Just search Respect the Vibe. You'll find everything.
You'll find it. And we're going to make sure we post it too so y'all can find it even easier. But the mystery man himself has uncovered the shadows that people didn't know of the past. And we got to let y'all actually meet the man himself, Sean Buck. We appreciate you, man. El Camino Black. Y'all go check out that. Go cop yourself some Respect the Vibes. I got me some socks. I got me a t-shirt.
Yeah.
We out here. Shout out Sean Buck for the love. Shout out all the artists that sent us some dope music today. I'm really fucking happy that y'all sent it, man. You have no idea how much it means to us that you send that music because you believe that our opinions matter. Because at the end of the day, you know, just like Sean, I feel it. I'm just a dude who loves music.
Yeah.
It's really all it is. That's all we're here for. We're just here to spread those vibes. But make sure y'all go follow us on social media. That's at Emano Talk. That's at EMANO TALK. That's all social media platforms. Make sure y'all go subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on all podcast platforms, like, comment on the videos, all that good stuff. Shout out the Icon Network. That's the team. Shout out Nothing But Facts. We're going to be live at 5 talking sports. It's All-Star Weekend, so y'all go make sure you follow at MBF_podcast if y'all fucking with sports. We might be doing an NBA Top Shot giveaway, so yeah, y'all tune in there. Shout out Gamble on Ginter, all that. But we'll be back Thursday. I believe we're going to be remote for an interview with 99 Kez of Chicago. So that's going to be dope. We got artists from Chicago. And then the following week, we're actually with the artist from Vegas named Kenyatta. So these next couple weeks are going to be remote. But I love it because these are artists that joined us because they sent in music on a selection Sunday. We fucked with it. We got them on the show. So no matter whether you're here or far, we'll work with you. So shout out to the artists once again that sent us music. You'll be hearing from me soon. But yeah, we'll catch y'all Thursday. And we're going to leave you with one last El Camino Black track. Cause y'all ain't gonna box us in. So this last track is Box Me In by El Camino Black. We'll catch y'all Thursday. Have a beautiful Sunday. Much love and take care.
Yeah. The dimension to another world. I see this in my mind. It's my best time. I'm lying. One of the best times. It's a great feeling. Thoughts of a million. Couple children. No silly. I'm healthy. My body and soul. Couldn't imagine after one could take a toll. Lessons learned. Bridges burn. Throw gas on that motherfucker. Still in love, I find my way to live and learn. Fuck what you think I earn. For what's pink, beautiful queen, black man dream. Thoughts will never leave. A true man with his guard strike. Planned out my sad time, make me strong. I deserve everything. They don't want me to have plus some.